We can't help who we fall in love with. The heart wants what it wants. All platitudinal, that's a word, sayings that we've all heard in our lives. But let's examine that in terms of narcissistic abuse, of course, and loving a narcissist, because is this saying true in this context? Well, not really. Now, why do I say that? Because while you are attracted, everybody is, to a certain type, you're drawn to certain looks, certain personality traits. Those of you with my channel all know that I have a soft spot for ENFJ women, and big eyes, big lips, and that whole thing. My celebrity crush is Emilia Clarke, for example. Bullseye example of a woman my type you all heard of, just to paint a picture. But in terms of narcissistic abuse, the heart wanting what it wants and not being able to, decide who we fall in love with is not an excuse to love a narcissist or to remain in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, why do I say this? Because when you fall for a narcissist, the person you fall for, the person that was love bombing you, common narcissistic tactic, isn't real. You've fallen in love with a character they were playing, which brings me back to my, Emilia Clarke reference. There's a reason I brought her up. Okay, so she herself, her as her, like her mannerisms in interviews and stuff, her just being her normal eccentric self is my type. Not her infamous character of Daenerys Targaryen, who scares the hell out of me in some ways because she's a INFJ based on the goddess Lilith, and I'm an INFJ, anointed son of Lilith, who's vengeful and full of rage, and I see a lot of similarities. Kind of scares me. But that example is to prove that it's like this person who is real and out of my league because of her job, got to get my jokes in. But that's real, being serious. But anyway, this person who is real is my type, not this character they were pretending to be, because that character doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? The real person is my type, not the character. So with a narcissist, a lot of times when someone's with a narcissist for a while, the narcissist has their claws in them and is controlling them. This will be after some time has passed. Obviously, the cycles of dating a narcissist this person's been through, I did a video on that, I'll put it in the end, you should watch it, has taken place. People around the narcissist victim is noticed, like, this isn't right. And this hasn't been right for a long time. In other words, the thing, like the person that their friend, the narcissist victim, fell for in the beginning, we haven't seen that person in a long time because they're not real. And by this point in the cycle, the narcissist probably completely controls the victim, has exiled them from some friends and family. They're probably living together. If not, the narcissist, if at least likely the narcissist is probably convinced the victim to move away, so they can really have complete control. That's their ultimate goal if they, really want to keep hold of somebody. But the victim's friends and potentially family, people close to them, notice something's up, to the point where they've started to say things like, they may not know what narcissistic abuse is, but it's like, you're not being treated right, this isn't right, you need to get out, to summarize it. And of course the victim's like, well, you don't see this side of him, and it's on and off happiness, and blah, blah, all the excuses. But without understanding what narcissistic abuse is, that is what one would say. However, with the cycle of dating a narcissist, the brief, as I've said before, in videos about the cycle of dating a narcissist and about, particularly covert narcissists, that on and off happiness, those times of happiness become shorter and shorter because it becomes harder and harder for that narcissist to portray that character that they played, that person they were pretending to be, because, that person that they were pretending to be to win you over to get what they want. It's becoming harder and harder for them to portray that character because they've revealed too much of their true selves. So there's a lot of contradictions going on. And it's especially hard to do that in public because people close to the victim, will notice contradictions, have seen the victim upset, crying, unhappy for, the majority of the time, at least recently with the narcissist. And they may even be brazen enough to start calling the narcissist out. And again, contradiction, truth. It scares the hell out of narcissists. They can't have that. So for them to pretend to be that person they were initially during the love bombing phase becomes harder and harder. And even in private, it becomes harder for them to do. Therefore, the, happiness time becomes shorter and shorter, and it's not as much of a up as it used to be, but the downs will go down more, and the periods of down will go longer. That's the revelation that someone in a relationship with their narcissist needs to understand, is that this is especially, in part why narcissists target empaths. I spoke about how they weaponize them. Again, if you really want to get into that topic about why narcissists and cult leaders target empaths to weaponize them, read Opening Our Minds by my friend, British author John Atack, a former Scientologist. He goes way in depth on it, has cited, many professionals. That book is a must read for anyone who's dealt with any type of coercive control. I did a video on that as well a while back. I was fortunate enough that he sent me a copy of that book to read prior to its release, and specifically wanted my input on the part about old boys clubs, or as we say in parts of America, it's interchangeable in my part of America, but good old boys clubs, as I had my own run-in with one that made it to the news. But I digress. So the character the narcissist played is what you fell for. They know, or were able to find out, what it is you were wanting, what it is you value, and they portrayed it just enough, or just long enough, to make you think that that was a part of them. It's not. It's not. It was all an act. They were playing a character, no different than an actor playing a role, to get what they want. It's an act. These long periods of unhappiness that the victim has with the narcissist, that's who the narcissist really is, particularly when they're at their worst, when it's just the two of you behind closed doors, because no one can see their true selves. When the mask is completely off, they're revealing what they really are, what they're really about. Those moments when they're berating you, making you cry, and telling you how great they are and how lucky you are that they settled for you, kind of thing. Yeah, those moments, and how you need to do better and be better for them because you're just a prop, an accessory, arm candy, there to serve them. As one of my other videos says, keep in mind, the biggest revelation in this is that the narcissist not only is the person you fell for not real. So, if you're struggling with the idea of, oh, well, I'm in love with this person, you're in love with someone who's not real. It would be the same as falling for a fictional character that an actor portrays. The person the narcissist pretended to be to lock you into this relationship is no more real than Daenerys Targaryen or Jaime Lannister or Sonny Corinthos. You get the idea, right? All right. So remember, think of it like that. Think of it like an actor and a character. The person you fell for was a character. The person that they are behind closed doors, the person that your friends and family are saying, how are you still with this person? That person's real. the person who makes you cry, the person who destroyed your confidence, the person who makes you question your self-worth. That person's real. And you have to ask yourself, do you truly love that person? Because you certainly don't owe them anything. Well, in the Lilithan sense, you owe them vengeance, to take vengeance on them and to expose them for what they are and who what they are, who they are and what they've done. You see, I've been drinking a little bit. It is my day off and I got a lot done. Got a haircut, cleaned out my car, took it to the car wash, did laundry, went to the grocery store, went to the gym, of course. But that's important to remember. And it's a tough revelation to accept, particularly depending on the longevity of the relationship with the narcissist. But it's even more important if you're watching this video and you yourself aren't the victim, but you are someone close to the narcissist victim. You have to be brave enough to try to explain this to the person you're trying to get through to, that can accept truth or deep down knows it and just doesn't want to accept it. Perhaps this video can help. Hopefully some of my other videos can help. Particularly the narcissist is not your partner, they're your master video. Very, very tough pill to swallow, but a truthful revelation nonetheless. So keep that in mind. Particularly if you're the type of person who always wants to see the good in people. That good side that, you're telling people you just don't see, or they're going through something, blah, blah. No. It's not real. It's a character. And even the best actors can't stay in character forever. It's not real. It's not real. So, face the truth. It can be hard, and exert your free will once that revelation is set in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and watch my older videos. And I sincerely hope my videos have been enlightening and helpful.